Okay. Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 117. This is a take two of this particular video, purely because the fact that my mic decided to abruptly die on me. Yes, seriously. After like about 5 minutes, the microphone decided to die. Yes, for some strange reason it did, so I basically decided to just start over. Okay, we're discussing the five episodes. Let's get this done before my microphone dies again, because it did the same thing yesterday for some strange reason where it just abruptly died on me. I am not really a big fan of this. So, 47. I'm basically kind of retraining, so let's just get this over with. So, 47. Revealed that Professor Sheba is actually Go's father. Basically, Dr. Man reveals this. And also revealed in episode 40 he's actually a mecha human. And basically, he's kind of the reason why we finally reveal where Bison is. Apparently, he's near a volcano, which seems like quite weird, a weird place for him. But so, are you saying we basically spent 11 episodes building up this robot, and he was near a volcano all along? Okay, perfectly fine. So, yes, so Monster is killed off in episode 48 along with Juno. Juno is killed off first. Then Monster is killed off. And yeah, they kill off when Juno is died. He carries his head with him into the actual robot, which I thought that was kind of weird to see that. Yeah, Kara, his beloved subordinate, that he basically has a lot of respect for, despite the fact he would bop in the head being an idiot. He did deeply care for him. And he carried on his head, and he fought them, and then of course he he used basically the arms of the super magnets to transfer back to the gear, which by the way was the second time that this is probably the third time that Silver has been to the base. He's been to the base at this point 3 freaking times at this point. The overall he goes to 4 times. So after he's sent there, and then of course you have Ferrera. She, of course, decides to take the robot out, and she fights the bio-robot, and, of course, basically, Mezer's there, and he eventually is killed off in the episode, thanks to the Super Electro, basically makes the second villain get killed off during this damn thing, and he's not technically her subordinate. I think he is. Yes, because the other guy's killed for the next episode. So, pretty much like, she basically fights them, and of course they release a lot of energy on him. Then gets damaged, but it's brought back, flies back to the base in one piece. Becomes acting really weird. As for what? It's like basically the robots get confused. Like, why are you giving 2 different orders to people? It's like, one's getting from Silva, his owner, and the other, of course, is getting from Ferrera. Heck, I would kind of get this way too if I get 2 conflicting different orders exactly what exactly I'm supposed to do. So I kind of feel for basically for the robot. So he flies back to HQ, and then for her, who actually is heavily damaged because she's a mecha human, she explodes in the base. Makes her one of 3 people who do this. Yep. And then we have in episode 50, we pretty much wrap up the whole thing with the well, mostly anyways, like with episode 50 of the series. Okay, the episode 49. Peebo reveals, oh yeah, I know where the base is. They're like, really? Oh yeah, by the way, they also reveal the whole thing. Apparently Peebo's got a connection to the bio-robot, and he's got like his battery for some reason. This is kind of weird. So, they find it at the South Pole. The viewers have known this since like episode 1. Now, at least they actually found the damn place. At least it's not like in Battle J, where they found it in the last episode, which at least got praise for that. Did a little bit earlier, 1 episode before. So they fly there in the Bio-Robo, and they go into place in episode 50, and they basically do a Kool-Aid Man moment, just go, oh yeah, punch right through the wall, basically beats the robots up, and then of course basically they don't really show a robot per se, it's Bison basically. where Mason ends up fighting Silva. He gets killed by Silva, which I thought that was interesting. Which makes him the only villain in this entire thing did not get killed by the Bioman. Nope, he's not. His subordinate is killed by them. Yep. Mason is killed by Silva, and eventually, after a long, grueling battle with Silva, eventually, of course, Silva himself is destroyed. Well, first his robot's destroyed, and then he finally self-destructs. Also, when they're in the base, they're briefly captured by Dr. Man, which I thought that was interesting. Yeah, briefly held hostage by him, which that is quite strange because they never did this at all in the previous ones I've seen. Anybody thinking, do they also in Google 5 go to the strategy room? Well, they don't do this, the area where they don't strategizing until like the last 5 minutes of the last episode. That's when this finally happens. Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing this every time, and you just toward the very end of the final episode, that was so disappointing. Yes, I'll get to more in this minute. So, basically, with Mason gone, yeah, Mason's killed in episode 50, along with Power. So basically, okay, who's left? You think, oh, Dr. Man's the only left because he's the only left standing in the episode. Nope, in episode 51, Fair Cat is still alive. How? Don't know how. It's kind of weird. Yeah, she just randomly shows up toward the end of the episode before she gets killed off by the Rangers. So, we have the end of episode 50. We have Doctor revealing his final creation, the King Magnus, which he flies himself. Yes, the main villain flies his own personal robot, and he finds the biobase. How? He basically reverse engineered the technology from Silva's robot. Yeah, the biodetection thing, the anti-bio cannon. I'm like, that's actually quite smart of him to do. Reverse engineer stuff basically that could be very useful to him. So, he actually has heavy damage to biobase. It's not confirmed if in fact the base is destroyed. It's not really confirmed. It's just basically just attacked. Heavy damage is done. Is it destroyed? Possibly, but they don't really confirm it. It's like they rush out of there, and it's presumed Bio Dragon is left there, the carrier. But no, the end of the episode is perfectly fine. It must have basically been evacuated prior to that, or at least moved someplace. That or the hangar is probably a different location where they thought it was. It's kind of weird. By the way, how he able to attack this place? It's probably it's deep in a mountain. How? Underground missiles. Yep. So he fires the damn thing, and then of course they fire one last attack on him, destroying the King Man. So we see Dr. Man do the typical thing of looking back. He flies back to his base. Of course, before he flies back, he feels, oh yeah, if I die, basically an anti-bio bomb will go off, destroying Earth, like what happened with Bio. So they all fly back into place, and of course they once again they infiltrate the main villain base, deal with the robots, and they finally get the strategy. Well, they basically waited for this. So they go in, they with little defenses there. They battle Furry they eliminate her pretty quickly, and they finally confront Dr. Man. Of course, by the way, also in these episodes, his son is there. He infiltrated the base with Silva, and the fourth and last of Silva has been inside the base. So eventually they try to convince him to give up his evil ways, and he explodes, but they didn't remember where the bomb was. In his meeting table, it is basically his strategy table is inside the thing. And how did they stop it? Did they detect some wires? Nope. Go, just press button. That's it. That's how they save. Okay. And then, right afterwards, apparently because all the villains are dead, and because they leave the place, apparently the place is abandoned and covered by snow. It's not really destroyed. I thought that was kind of weird. You had the main villain base. There's plenty of technology that I'm sure Dr. Man probably would love to follow some scientists. I'm sure they probably could use some of the technology there. But nope, they just leave it there. The place is abandoned. The spot it's got 2 holes in the walls. Easily fixed. And here's the thing. When I read online, no future Sentai team, villain organization ever take possession of that place. It is abandoned. It's been abandoned since the mid-80s. Yeah, no one has gone back to the place. It is by far the first and only main base for a villain where it's not destroyed. That's actually a first. Because normally, every single villain base that I've seen, all the Sentai seasons I've watched, generally put all the villain bases are pretty much destroyed. This is the first one I've seen where it's not blown up, it's not destroyed in any way, shape, or form. Unlike Habagogo V, where the carrier practically destroyed the main flying base with his freaking lasers. This one, no. Also, this is also the first one I've seen where the mech actually blasts his way through the freaking walls. Yeah, using the robot to blast the walls of this base was quite interesting spectacle to see. And then they see the Rangers themselves do it in the very next episode, which I thought was so cool. And this also makes the first time that the base has been infiltrated twice. Yes, twice. First episode 50, and then finally the final episode. That's a first. I at least gotta praise it for that. Yep. I gotta say, for the final 5 episodes of this season, it's actually really good. Well paced. The characters basically in order when they killed off. Kim getting killed off last makes perfect sense. Before the main villain does in the final episode. That makes total sense. At least it's not like in the final episode we have to kill off all the villains for like no reason at all. Also, basically Farrah Cat herself getting killed in the final episode felt a bit random. Yeah, I'll talk more about it in the next video. But yeah, really good 5 episodes. So this is going to be pretty much it for this particular review. And next video will be my final thoughts on Bioman and what Sentai I'm watch next. Which one is it? You'll find next video. Okay, next video. Bye.